Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Final Show Films. I'm Sen, your executive producer. I want to thank you all for tuning in, particularly our $25 tier supporters over on our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms. Those being Jerry Alexander, Samantha Bates, Cat Waterflame, and the Shard System. Thank you all very much for your support over the years. And those that are watching live, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. And we're live. Also, just a real quick caveat here at the top. For some reason, OBS keeps crashing. So, if we go offline randomly, that's what happened.
Hopefully it decides to stabilize. But in the meantime, hello everyone. I am William Orshadi, and I am your game master for Warhammer 40k Under the Steel Sky. My brain is in several different places right now. But hello everyone and welcome. Joining me today, we have Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara. I'm playing Tina, Orc Pilot.
And Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm a member of the Z Guys. Double the Z's, double the fun. And I am playing
Double the Z's, double the flavor.
The Rock of Ages reference.
Okay.
And Sen.
I'm Sen. I'm sick. And also, I'm playing Sarah Sartino's Inquisitorial Acolyte, and we'll be munching on popsicles because
That
they
popsicle?
help with the nausea.
Mm-hmm.
And Holly.
Hi, I'm Holly. I am playing Blair Hart, Anger Scum.
And Jack.
Hey, everybody, I'm Jack, who has never mixed up the police and the Eagles once. And I am playing Aristarchus Dactyl.
Playing a dangerous game with your storyteller.
I'm playing Aristarchus Dactyl, a member of the Adeptus Mechanicus, who knows that you can't cage a fire phoenix.
And as always, this stream is as always, transparent human rights, Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Rights Matter
There you
too,
go.
but Black Lives Matter. And this stream is powered by Sirenscape.
And when last we left off, the group.
Objectives.
Oh yes, everyone roll for objectives real quick. Thank you.
You're
I'll
welcome.
remember that by rote eventually. Probably at the end
I
of the
got a
season.
6.
Cool.
Everybody, tell me what your objectives are.
I'm gonna solve a problem with the brutality of the Orc God Gork.
Sounds appropriate.
Amazing.
Jack, what you got?
I am going to extol the virtues of augmetics over the weakness of the flesh.
Holly, what you got?
I'm going to explain how a common object has an alternative use, probably as a weapon.
Jeremy.
I got one that I can actually do without much difficulty for once. Decry the violence and villainy of authority.
And Saris.
You only get one wrath back, Jeremy. So doing it 5 times is not going to change.
It's not going to stop me from doing it. I think you're
Ready ACAB
underestimating.
Mara over here.
I got the same one I got last week, which is demonstrate the superiority of the philosophy of your order.
So, when last we left off, the group still divided somewhat. Oh, also, Julia will not be joining us this week. We'll probably be back next week. But that is something we'll figure out when it comes to it. But for now, the group's still very much divided across 2 different axes. Although the divide is shifting as the inquisitorial team began to investigate up, and by up I mean very up, into the orbital space dock.
Very up.
As they tried to investigate what they could to try and locate the Imperial Guard regiment that is said to have recently been stationed on this planet as a holdover before moving on to their next field of battle. because the commissar of that regiment, who had been introduced by Magos Biologus Vita Alpha 9 to the party, and who was known as Commissar Ira Vendris, would likely have access to administratum records that would denote or potentially have information on Militarum Traitoris, such as potentially our mysterious Tycho Morderic. Meanwhile, the Underhive group, journeying to the hideout of the Wastelanders and meeting with one Avon Pyrrhus, learned a little bit about Tycho Morderic, including their last name, from Avon, while asking for a place for the Hostile Hearts to stay for a while. The Hostile Hearts and Blair Hart, having been on decent grounds with Avon since their last meeting, were allowed to hide out for a while. However, all things come with a cost, and that cost seems to be going to be paid in favors to Avon and to the Wastelanders. A bit of information was gathered about how the Mortis Veritas gang, led by the mysterious Nox, have been being more active lately. And the group began to make their way back to the hideout, and had done, and begun to meet up with the rest of the gang to tell them where they can hide out, and then made their way to the Medicae Primaris to retrieve Layla, the last of their crew. As Aristarchus splits off to go and retrieve them, to help get them inside to Layla, because a random orc in the middle of the mid-hive is not something that does not attract attention.
It's not something that does not. Okay, no, it works.
I know when my double negatives work.
Yeah, but I don't. That's why I had to.
Remember, Sen, it's PEMDAS, okay? When it comes to double negatives.
Please excuse my dear Aunt Susan.
Right, exactly.
We heard it as Sally, but yeah.
I was making a joke.
But the as that split happens, Ceres is met by another psyker, an individual who introduced themselves as a Primaris psyker of the Ferris of the Pharaoh 519th by the name of Jordan Tandris.
So, in response to his introduction, Sarah Sartinos, envoy of the rogue trader Eckhart.
Yes, that is indeed what I should know you as.
Slight squinting of the one visible eye. What was the name of the? What was the name of both the unit? Because that number just completely split my brain, and also of the commissar.
The Pharaoh 519th.
Okay, Pharaoh. And the name of the commissar.
The commissar is
Ira Vendris.
Ira Vendris. Yes.
Pharaoh 519th. Would you happen to work with Commissar Ira Vengeance?
I would, in fact. I suspect you have questions for her.
I do indeed. I am here investigating suspect activity on behalf of my rogue trader master, and I have been reliably informed that she may have access to the information I'm seeking.
For what it's worth, business of economy will do little to sway the attentions of Ira Vendris. Business of more important aspect would likely be necessary.
Where are we at right now?
You're sort of in the middle of empty halls.
So
As he
then,
just seems to have appeared near you.
yeah, just looking around to make sure there are no cameras or people.
Not at the moment.
She'll look over at him, reach up, grab the edge of the eye patch, and flip it up, revealing
You
both
see
her
sort of-
working eye and.
He sort of nods as if he was expecting maybe not this exactly, but something very similar to it.
As I would understand it. But first, it was necessary to find someone who could do introductions. And then put it back down.
That I believe I can. I am part of the command staff of the regiment. I have the ear of the colonel, who by nature has the ear of the commissar.
What spurred you to seek me out?
What spurs any of our kind to do anything out of the ordinary?
As I understand it, battle psychers are not one to be prone to vision.
No, but the winds were especially strong around you.
We'll continue. We'll give a blank face in response to that because I've got no idea what that means. Like I know what the psychic,
Psychers-
I know what the psychic
like-
winds are, but like
Yeah.
she doesn't know if that's a good or a bad thing in his eyes.
And psychers are known for being particularly cryptic, even to other psychers.
Yeah.
So
Well then, is this something that will take time for you to arrange, or should I come with you?
if you come with me now, then I think will be expedient to arrange. She's in a mood at the moment. I think she'll be more receptive than one would otherwise expect.
I won't gesture towards Laurel. My bodyguard here, provided by the House Tandris aboard the Hive World, would she be welcome, or would she need to stay slightly apart?
While my father's influence is indeed significant, I think at the moment it would be best if his agent remained outside the confines of military compound. The trust of the Xenos is fully earned, and the regiment is already rowdy and does not need more provocation upon returning to their home planet.
Turn to Laurel. We're not in the military area right now, right?
No.
I'll turn to Laurel. When we get to, I'm assuming that most of these places will have like a checkpoint.
Generally, yes.
When we arrive at the checkpoint, stay outside.
She'll nod.
Lead the way.
Very well.
So, Primaris Psyker, would that be the title?
Yes.
Please lead the way, Primaris Psyker.
He turns and begins to walk using his force staff as a cane.
Follow along similarly.
A few minutes pass. Laura?
I regret nothing. It's a cursed image.
I do like the implication, though. You look down at your pasta, and the Emperor is there. And that's why the Sister of Battle has refused to eat pasta for the last 5 years. Because you never know when the Emperor will be there.
Never know when the Emperor will be in your pasta. But a few minutes pass, and eventually you do arrive at a militarum checkpoint, where Lorwell breaks off and waits as the two of you are cleared through with the clearance of Psyker Tandris. He has a word with one of the non-coms at the door, who runs off to carry the message to the command staff that you are arriving. And you are led through the spaceport is massive and sprawling, and an entire section of it has been partitioned off for the use of the militarum. You can see where structurally like non-structurally necessary walls have been taken down so that more room can be had for spreading out of materiel and establishing of bunkers, like bunker fort, like barracks and other lodgings for soldiers and materiel. There are soldiers milling about, all of them in uniform, some of them with weapons on hand on guard duty, others with weapons either stowed at the barracks or like loose and not in ready position. This appears to be a mixed regiment. There are men and women of the Imperial Guard serving in unison. Which is not the most common thing in the world, but not unheard of. Many of the more famous legendary regiments of Imperial history have been mixed regiments, as opposed to all men or all women. The atmosphere around you is one of barely contained excitement. It seems most of these people are natives. It doesn't. Sometimes you'll get regiments that are amalgamated together when they're under strength to sort of reinforce things. It looks like the majority of this regiment is Pharaoh Tenebris natives. So there's only a handful of people who don't look like they're from here. And so the majority of them, there's an air of excitement to be back home and sort of visit the facilities of the home planet, but it's being very much held in check by that military regiment, that sort of training and order, that sort of ingrained order. But a few moments pass, and you enter into the command bunker, which is a very small, sealed-off ceramite building that looks like it literally just deployed onto the ground. Wholesale, like it had been carried on a large truck. And you step inside and are greeted by a group of 4 individuals who are standing around a hollow table that operates as sort of general tactical and intelligence table for the commanding officers of this regiment. One individual you already know, 3 that you don't. There is a woman with short cut black hair, cropped very close to the head, in the more ornate than typical armor and coat of a colonel, with the military symbols thereof on her arm. There is her major, who is a male soldier, completely shaven head, but a thick beard, obvious battle scars around the side of the face, just missing the eye, which are these sort of steel blue to the colonel's dark brown. And then the chief, the captain of their first company, who is a woman of slightly shorter and stockier build than the colonel. Her hair is blonde and a little bit longer, about down to neck. Very similar to the major, very scarred, with green eyes. And then, aside from the 3 of them, the commissar that you are familiar with. The 4 of them look up as you enter, and the colonel speaks. So, you are our rogue trader emissary. I am curious what brings one of the merchant guild, one of the merchant class to ask for the attention of the militarum, but I'm sure you have something important to bring to us.
She'll step up to the table, remove her hat, put it on the table, then reach up and remove the eye patch, and then set it on the table, insignia up, before introducing herself. To provide proper introductions, I am Ceres Artinos, servant to Inquisitor Gerfried Eckhart, investigating on behalf of the Ordo Malleus.
There's like an intake of breath, not through the mouth, but through the nose, just sort of the like that very shallow, just sort of, all right, this is the serious matter that we're supposed to be talking about, sort of. All right, proceed.
My Master Inquisitor has received reports over the past few cycles of cultist activity in the area of Pharaoh Tenebris and sent me to investigate. Upon spending some time within the lower hive areas, I have come across evidence of cultist and heretical activity occurring and being led by
Seriously, that'd be funny.
what would the official term for traders be? For the Astra Militarum traders be?
Militarum Traitoris.
Being led by an agent of the Militarum Traitoris, one Tycho, as far as our information is concerned. I am here hoping to acquire some information on this Tycho, so that we might better hunt our quarry before it becomes a situation that requires the involvement of the Grey Knights. He has already destroyed a large section of the Underhive.
There's a stiffening at the mention of Militarum Traitoris, because any like honorable Imperial Guard finds that to be a stain in any regard. But the major sort of leans forward. Well, sounds like this rock needs to be proper and thoroughly cleansed. And you get the sense that the major is one of the people of this regiment who is not originally from the planet. And the colonel sort of looks askance at him for a moment. Indeed, it sounds like there needs to be some very thorough and decisive action. I take it that you're not requesting full military intervention, however.
Not at the moment. We've only confirmed a handful of actual heretical agents. At the moment, my strike team should be sufficient to deal with it, though should they grow considerably in numbers, we would request military assistance before escalating further. Should anything more dangerous arrive, then I may have to go straight to my master.
Very well. I suppose introductions are in order.
Should not.
I am Colonel Alicia Vallis of the Ferris 519th. This is my major, Alexander Tandris.
Can I get these names in chat?
Yes. Colonel.
You can wait until you've introduced them all, but yeah.
Yeah. This is my major, Alexander Vallis. Alexander Valoris. Sorry, correction, last name. Our captain of our first company. Sadia Joran. And of course, you know our commissar, Ira Vendris.
We met briefly.
She mentioned. So, what is it that you wish to requisition of us, Inquisitorial Agent?
Primarily at the moment, records. I'm trying to find any and all information that I can about this Tycho. former member of the Astra Militarum, his deployment, where he deserted, any records at all. These would point towards motive, methods, anything we can find. I have a visual description that I can provide. Unfortunately, not yet do I have any more information on his identity. And I will provide, because I think we did like a data recreation, or Starkus did from the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I will provide that information. Just slide a data slate across the table.
And the commissar will pull it up and take a look at it. The uniform isn't much to go on, she says, looking at it. Obviously ex-militarum, but highly modified. However, the name, Tycho, anyone listed as missing in action or traitorous, deserter, potentially. Within, she sort of takes a glance over the video a second time.
Worth noting,
Pass.
his skills seem to be primarily in sabotage and in guerrilla warfare. He has demonstrated an ability to rally the scum of the lower levels to his cause quite quickly and give them sorry, I'm trying to think of how the phrase would be. And hammer military tactics into them relatively quickly with very little training and time.
Likely an officer rank then, which will narrow down our search. And the name Tycho is not the most common. Anything in records of traitors, deserters, or otherwise missing in action by that name of officer rank within, as she sort of examines the video, within the past 20 years, I'd say. And it'll be a lot of information to comb through, but I'll begin the search immediately.
One further. He seems to have collared a psyker. So any officers that have experience handling psychers of any kind might narrow it down further.
Good to know. I'll begin the search immediately, although it may take some time.
I'll pass along my comm unit data. You can reach me at this frequency. I will be continuing my investigation in the lower levels with my strike team.
Very well.
And I will be continuing to operate under the guise of Rogue Trader Envoy. Outside of those who are aware of my true identity, I would prefer if you would keep that information as secret as possible as well.
From the Emperor's lips to our ears,
He nods.
the Colonel says.
Get the eye patch back up, put it on, put the hat back on. Should I need to update you on the situation, what would be the best way to get a message up?
We have a private comm channel for officers within the regiment. I can allow you to be patched into it for the duration of our stay on planet.
I would like to also authorize Tech Adeptus Aristarchus
Dactyl.
Aristarchus Dactyl, whom I've requisitioned to aid me.
Very well. I will have our own engine seers prepped for that information.
Should nod. Very well then. May the Emperor's light be with you all, and may we swiftly bring this heretical activity to an end, and those who would spread its seed to their proper justice.
As you say that, Jordan sort of coughs and clears his throat. If I may, Colonel, I would like to request permission to speak further with the Inquisitorial agent regarding the affairs of my family and this enemy that we face, I feel that it may be of some import. And they have been operating under the banner of my father's house, so I suspect some information may be worthwhile both for them and for ourselves. The colonel looks at him for a second, as if this was an unusual request from him, and then nods. Very well. And he sort of indicates to you and sort of nods his head to the outside.
I will gesture for him to lead.
He will walk you back to the exterior of the camp before he speaks again.
Yep.
Could you describe the psyker to me?
I will provide him the video that I didn't provide the rest of her at the mural.
He sort of looks at it for a minute. Nods. It is as I thought. You will likely need more assistance in the future. If you should ever come across this psyker, please do not hesitate to call upon me.
Did Remy give me her name? Or no?
Nope.
No.
No, okay. I would like to, as he's looking at it, I just want to see if I can get a read for if he recognizes this person.
Go ahead and roll me.
Insight, I assume.
Yes. Roll insight.
Oh, wait. Also, our glory is at 0. What's our ruin at right now?
5. Ruin is always number of players.
Okay. Insight, you said?
To start with, until Jeremy and I start rolling dice.
Yeah.
Any bonuses to that?
Not in this particular case.
Okay.
But you roll 5 successes.
5
so there's that.
successes. One of
Nice.
which was on my wrath dice.
It was diff 4,
Sorry, 2
so
of them,
you will
yeah.
get the glory, but
Yep, get a glory.
you have a moment of recognition as you look at Jordan Tandris and recognize the recognition on his face, but also you recognize similar facial features and similar hair and skin color to the individual on the video.
So after he takes a moment. Sister or daughter?
My twin sister, Janaea.
As I said, he has collared her. There is no indication that she is working with him willingly just yet. However, you know what will happen if she is.
I must return to my father and learn what has transpired in my absence.
I will hand him the same comm frequency that I handed the colonel. Contact me if you need any further information, and I will let you know as our investigation progresses. That is all I can do.
Thank you for that.
Not all of our
Very
siblings that wander are lost.
I fear that our father is a good man. But I fear that the greatest sin he ever committed was separating twins to try and shield one from the black ships. In the act of saving her, he may have damned her.
The Ordo Malleus's doctrine deals with psychers after they have fallen to the warp. What we do with them beforehand is up to the individual. If I can save her, I will.
I thank you for this. I shall speak with my father on the matter and learn more.
Out of character, does that qualify as demonstrating the superiority of the philosophy of my ordo?
If you, I can make the argument, yes.
Completed.
Box checked.
At least I feel like in this particular situation, definitely the superiority of it over the Hereticus at the very least.
Oh yeah. Meanwhile, it's a little bit of waiting for the group at the Medicaid facility before Aristarchus arrives. Aristarchus, however, you arrive on scene.
Hello, everybody. Right, so, where to get... I'm still shit with names.
Layla.
Layla out of the, are we sure she's, done with surgery already?
I don't know, is she?
Oh, you want me to run inside and check, and then...
I'm not the one performing surgery on her.
Well, no, neither am I. I was up in the spaceport introducing Laurel and, Ceres to me mum. And sending messages and things, you know.
Yes, we'll talk about that later.
All right. No, I can nip inside and see if she's ready for release, and if not, Tina, you've been doing a real good job sitting tight, I think, based on the fact that all these buildings are still standing. So good job there. Props.
Thanks.
All round. And Remy, you still look like shit. You sure I can't get you inside and get you patched up, rested away?
Just patching up. Legitimately not a single fucking thing else.
Well, you tell me on our way in what you think of as anything else, and I'll make sure that doesn't happen.
Return me back to the exact state I was before I got hurt. No
I mean,
additions.
you'll probably have to be... There might be some fluid replacements, but it's all like
Obvious.
blood.
Yes,
All right.
that's
I don't...
fine.
Well, look, one of my classmates always said, it's very good to be precise about these kinds of things.
Right.
So, just wanted to check, make sure we're not crossing any lines for you personally, that kind of thing. But yeah, no, come on with me. We'll get you set up in a little theater, and I'll check on Layla in the meantime. Blair, you've got your Vox on, right? So if I need to give you a shout,
Yep. I'll just
fantastic.
be here with Tina.
Yeah.
Staring at
Excellent.
Tina. Ah,
And Aristarchus will gently grab Remy by the shoulder and drag him inside.
So,
And he's never seen again.
And he comes back out with this weird guitarist. It's kind of...
So, Remy and Aristarchus enter into the Medicaid facility. Is there anything that Tina and Blair need to do while they're gone?
I don't think so. Not on
This-
Blair's end, at least.
This is going good.
Yeah, it seems to be.
That was a pretty good fight. I mean, he didn't fight back super hard. Gestures vaguely in the direction of where I squashed.
Yeah, I appreciate you murdering to help my girls.
Uh-huh.
Wait, your girls
But-
were there?
And we'll get into lots more of better fights. Like the hefts. My cool new whatchamacallit, big spiky thing.
Your big tooth.
Yeah, big spiky thing, big tooth.
Mandible.
I'm sure there will be many more opportunities for you to smash heads in.
Yeah. It's gonna be good. Okay. Just wait. And she's just gonna keep.
Yeah, Claire's just keeping an eye on Tina.
Idle
not
chit
going
chat while you
anywhere.
wait.
Yep.
So, Aristarchus and Remy, you head into the Medicae Primaris facility. Are you going to tend to Remy's wounds yourself, or are you going to dump him off
Right.
on some of the Medicae facilities?
No, here's my plan. Remy doesn't trust anybody here, so I'm going to keep him with me. I'm going to head to my designated operating theater, use the cogitator outside to requisition a status report, basically call down for Layla's charts, effectively, to see what her current status is, while I begin trying to patch up Remy from having fallen, 12 miles through the Earth's crust or whatever happened to him.
Of note, not all the medical staff in this facility are Mechanicus. In fact, only a small segment of them are.
Right.
Most of them are normal humans.
Yeah.
But yeah, you lead Remy into your own operating theater. Put in a request for information. Go ahead and roll me an influence test using your intelligence,
Okay.
just to see how quickly you can get that information.
That's 2.
Yeah. So it takes a minute or two to like really get back.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. It's going to take a minute or two to patch up Remy.
So, treating this like a rest, you can restore just a flat number of wounds equal to your Medicae rating.
Okay. Is that my total dice pool, or specifically my Medicae talents rating, or
One second,
Medicae
let me
skill
double check
rating?
that.
Okay.
If you have a Medicae rating, you can heal a single character's wounds during a regroup. They automatically get a number pool equal to the total dice pool.
Okay.
So you, plus your intelligence.
Remy, do you have more than 9 wounds? Because you get 9 back.
No, because I am still living.
Okay. So yeah, there's just a running commentary of he's just gonna shop talk you with whatever he's doing to you.
Yeah.
He's some
He
anesthetic. We're
is
going to start
legitimately
stapling up
the
some of these
worst
wounds.
patient ever.
Right, yep. Ain't
And
gonna
it's
have to
only
hold still
wounds
for
it
this
does
bit.
not get shock back, correct?
You will get all of your shock back, actually, on this regroup.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, and I want to introduce you to my assistants here. That's Aurelius, Tiberius, Servio, Vitellius, Cassius, and Yorick. Yorick,
all
you're
seem-
still in charge.
These are all a series of floating skulls with various medical equipment on
100%.
them.
They all seem delightful. Not sure I
All right.
trust, and I will just point at a particular random one. I'm not
That one
sure I
looks
trust that
shifty.
one. That one looks like he's seen some shit.
Oh, all of them actually have, and he'll go into his bag. Back from like session 2, he collected like 3 skulls, from the Underhive gangers that we killed, and he's going to set them very nicely on some shelves.
I appreciate that Remy has not been put under anesthesia for any of this.
He's got a local, he's got a topical. He'll be fine. The important thing is to keep them conscious whilst you operate. Otherwise, how will you know if you mess something up?
Yup.
But yeah, and then constantly like pausing for a moment or letting the servo skulls take over to go and check and see if we've gotten an update on Layla yet. Still not yet. Back to the table. More stitching, more swabbing. All right. This in your mouth. And this goes in your arm. Now, this is what we call a transliteration, which is when we transfuse 1 liter of my fluids into your body. Look, it's 40,000 years in the future. I'm sure he doesn't know how to pronounce the word leader. All right, you can take that out. That was just a chest to jaw strength. It's fine.
No,
I hate you.
it's not that you can't pronounce leader. It's that there's a litter of fluids off to one side.
Palanquin full of bodily fluids in jars.
All that's going in you.
You're gonna be so goddamn hydrated.
But yes, you fully recover the remainder of Remy's wounds, and Remy recovers all their shock over the course of this
Excellent.
procedure.
Fantastic.
You have several new minor scars that'll probably fade with time, a couple new staples.
Yep.
I'm working on an idea for a metabolizing staple where it's made out of something durable that holds it in place, and then your body can digest it for nutrients afterwards, and you don't even have to pull it out.
That sounds like an interesting idea that will certainly not be abused by somebody.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm sure you could abuse it in many sorts of interesting ways, like, say, torture somebody by putting a staple in their tongue that then eventually also gives them a meal afterwards.
You're a... Can we go?
All right.
Are we done?
Yeah, get yourself back on your feet. You want a wheelchair?
No, my legs work just fine.
All right.
Swings legs out, stands up, falls over because the local still hasn't worn off.
Let's go back and assuming we're done here.
Soon as they give me a status update on Layla.
And it's about now that you get back that Layla's operation has completed and she is ready for release.
All right, let's swing up, collect her, make sure that the arm is still attached, and then we'll go meet everybody back out in the alley.
Make sure that hasn't started any citywide brawls.
I mean, the walls here are pretty thick, but I think we would have been able to hear that if anything terribly dramatic had come down. Unless, does Blair have an issue with... Like, she would call us if something went wrong, right?
Unless communication equipment got destroyed.
Oh, that's a very good point. We better be on it quick.
No faith at all.
No,
So all faith.
just lots of consideration of potential contingencies. That's all.
All faith, just probably in the wrong thing.
That's yeah.
Faith is the only thing that keeps humans alive in this millennium.
It's true. We don't know that though.
But you go to the operating theater where Layla's being worked on. Announce yourself and say that you're here to retrieve the patient. And a few moments later, the door opens and she walks out. So she'd been pretty beaten up by the fall previously, and a lot of those scars are still there. There's a few like large biodegrading sutures that will eventually like just waste away. But previously, among all that scar tissue that has now been sealed up and like all the medical work that's been done on her, previously the gun arm had been attached like about midway up the forearm,
Mm-hmm.
and then just onto the arm. Now the arm has been replaced about up to mid upper arm.
Okay.
About mid bicep. With full augmetics that have got a lot more what looks like stability and recoil compensation to allow her to functionally use the gun without breaking anything.
Just out of his own level of consideration, can Aristarchus give her a once over and make sure it looks like good work?
Yeah, roll me a Medicare test.
Alrighty. 6 with a complication.
It looks like it's fine, except now she's obviously addicted to surgery. Surgery.
That wouldn't be
And
a problem for
that's
Aristarchus.
4 on the complication table.
Some technology in the scene malfunctions. This could be something you own, something you're interacting with, or something in the environment. A stray servo skull or a chair could interrupt whatever you're doing.
Okay. So can I be... so I'm going to ask her if I can give it a once-over, just to make sure everything's intact, and I accidentally trigger the firing mechanism.
Yeah.
As I'm doing my evaluation.
You're sort of looking over everything, and you sort of like lift her arm up and just sort of like inspect the barrel of the gun, because the gun is still very much obviously orcish make, even if it is high quality enough to still function. And as you're looking at it, you hit something that you weren't expecting, and there's a as it actually fires into the roof for a second.
Ah! Right. Ms. Layla, I did discover one slight idiosyncrasy, you might say. Keep your fingers away from this bit.
There's a mild scream from the floors upstairs.
It'll be fine.
Doesn't sound like anyone got hit, just someone got surprised and dropped
Right,
something.
yeah. Oh, they gave you the armor piercing rounds. That's real nice.
Quality work.
Circus, give me that look of confusion that you had again when I said I was not interested in any augmentation.
You telling me, honest to the Omnissiah now, that you would not want to be able to shoot through a structural wall and get somebody on the other side?
Do you see this look?
It's
This
the
is
same
the
look.
of
It's
somebody
always
who's
on your
not
face.
Interested in that.
All right. Well, no accounting for taste, I suppose. Come on, let's get you back out to the alley.
Right.
We're going out the back. Our friends are waiting for us.
I mean, Layla kind of looks at Remy. He's like, I don't know. It seems real preem to me. She says she just sort of like holds up the gun arm.
Yeah, I bet you didn't even feel that in your shoulder, did you?
Nah, not even a little bit.
That's right. As Aristarchus wanders off,
like it weighs anything.
Right, Aristarchus wanders off with his best precision German engineering sort of status.
Yeah, you make your way back out, and Layla rejoins the group. Blair, you are met by a Layla that has a lot more scars, a lot more medical bandages and staples in her,
And
also a lot
gun.
more metal on that arm.
Are
2
you,
for the price of 1.
Thank you. Are you okay?
I mean, anesthetics haven't worn off yet, so I can't feel how much of me is gonna be sore yet. But yeah.
All right. You're good with the gun arm?
Oh yeah.
All right, mate. I thought you'd be. Just making sure.
Nice.
All right. Thank you, Aristarchus.
Anytime.
And is Remy there too?
Oh yeah. He's right here, and I've got them all stitched up and refluidated.
No gun arms or additional gadgets on you?
Not a one.
Just as the Emperor made him.
All right.
Yeah.
Does the Emperor make all of you?
No.
No, it's an expression.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm gonna take Layla back down to the Wastelanders. Whoever wants to come is welcome to. And I'll be back later.
I mean,
Tina, you should come with.
Okay.
Now, we don't have dinner until tomorrow night, so I can tag along, I guess.
All right. You want to come
Yeah.
to the Wastelanders? It's pretty far down.
Seems like an interesting jaunt. I don't think I've been down there before, and you never know. They might be in need of some renovations.
Of note, Aristarchus, you do still need to drop by Manufactorum Ferrum.
Oh, that's right. I'm going to say his data slate gives a chime at that point, and he goes, "Oh, blast! No, I forgot. I've got another appointment. I'll send you a Vox Bus if I don't see you before dinner tomorrow, or you'll make sure that. Tina, I'll have to ask. But yeah, I'll be in touch, and
I don't know.
I'll
I don't
let
know that-
Saris know where you're scopping off to.
All right.
I don't know that Tina would be allowed in the space dock.
That's not where we
Oh.
live.
I'll try.
That's just where Mom works.
Yeah. Cool. Happily goes along with Blair.
All right. And yeah, Aristarchus will fuck off to the Manufactorum.
All right, so Remy, I'm assuming you're going with Blair or
correct.
going somewhere else. All right.
Yep.
So you proceed to make your way back down towards the Wastelanders hideout. Anything conversations that need to happen along the way?
So, like, are you all related because you call them your girls? Or is that like just an expression too?
Oh, yeah, that's an expression. I mean, I think of them like family.
Okay.
And like I've taken each of them in a way, but that's why I
Uh-huh.
call them my girls, but we're not actually related.
Okay. I can't tell with Hueys. It's really hard.
Yeah, most of us look pretty similar.
You stop growing big at a certain point, and it's
I'm guessing that's how you tell. With your
Yeah.
kind. Okay.
uh-huh.
Well, that makes sense.
Do, 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 do.
Am I on the way back down at that point, William?
Were you headed back down after that?
Yeah, I would have started heading back down towards the Manufactorum, but I would have called ahead first to Blair and then to Aristarchus
So,
because I knew Aristarchus.
you guys
had a
have
save point.
been headed down for a few minutes when Blair, your Vox, goes off with the communication.
Blair,
Yeah.
this is Saris. Where are you currently at or heading?
We are currently taking Layla back down to the Wastelanders.
There's a beat. Is there a safe location to meet to discuss things around there?
Would I know? Would that area be like a safe meeting spot?
I mean, in general, it's like you've sort of discussed not wanting to share too much of that location's information with the Inquisition.
Mm,
So probably somewhere a little bit further away from there, but there are safe places. There are bars. There's places to meet around that vicinity.
Remy, do you know a safe bar or somewhere that we can meet our we can meet Saris?
Probably yes.
All right.
Safe-ish.
What?
Safe-ish.
I mean, that's everything around here. Yeah, she'll send one back.
There's always the Eagle's Wing. It's full of like diehard Imperium types, but like it's because of that, it's one of the safer places to meet people who care about the Imperium.
All right, she'll send one back to Saris that says, give us a little bit to get Layla to the Wastelanders, and then meet us at the Eagle's Wing.
I'm coming down from the space dock, so it'll take me a while to get there. Level and relative location.
And you can give that.
Yeah, she'll give you that.
And then following that up with a burst to Aristarchus. Aristarchus, when you get done with manufacturing ferrum, meet up at level and elevator. We're going to meet the rest down further at a place called the Eagle's Wing. Was it?
Yes.
Yeah, Eagle's Wing.
Oh, sounds like a very auspiciously titled place of business and venue. It will be my pleasure to attend as soon as physically possible.
That's why we're meeting at an elevator, Aristarchus.
Right.
So Aristarchus.
Yeah.
I loved that interchange. That right there. That was perfect.
You meet at you head to Manufactorum Ferrum, which
Indeed.
as you look around, you realize is the primary source of exports on this planet.
Makes sense.
That being mostly weapons. It looks like Manufactorum Ferrum is a large-scale producer and is large-scale manufacturer of squad level arms and ammunitions. So weapons
Cool.
that are meant to be man carried.
You see any chain swords, pick one up.
Rather
Okay.
rather than like tanks or
Right.
like
Small
artillery.
arms.
It's
As
not
they would
just
be
not just small
usually
arms,
classed.
like
Right.
squad operated weapons as well. Like
Oh,
like,
okay. Gotcha.
like-
Yeah. Mhm.
like heavy bolters for two guardsmen to carry.
Right.
together.
But
Stuff like
not
that.
like must be mounted on a vehicle per
Yeah,
se.
yeah, man portable weapons of various scales.
Okay. Nice. He will wander his way in there, look for somebody who seems administrative in nature, and express that he has reason to speak with Cybersmith Mu Kappa Pharaoh.
You speak with one of the nearby engine seers who's sort of overseeing one of the manufacturing lines. You give them that information and acknowledged, and he just sort of focuses for a second, and you can hear the binary burst in his vocoder on his jaw for a minute. Cybersmith Mu Kappa Pharaoh will be greeting you shortly.
Very good. And he'll just find a quiet place to wait then, I guess.
And then a
Quiet
few
place
minutes.
in a manufactorum.
Yeah, relative.
Relatively quiet.
We're grading on a curve here.
So a few minutes pass. And then after a while, you hear metallic, not quite metallic footprints. As an individual approaches, and you turn and are greeted by Cybersmith Mu Kappa Pharaoh. The reason I say almost mechanical footprints is because while his legs are entirely made of metal, he's wearing sandals.
Okay. Ah, yes, the Birkenstock blacksmith type. I've met
Big.
them before.
Big socks on sandals energy right there.
There are no socks. His legs are just made of metal.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But if he had socks, they would be there.
No, like he could theoretically wear socks. He just doesn't, and he
Right.
has sandals. The individual is dressed in long, very similarly to the Magus Biologus, white with red trim robes. Similarly, the robes of a priest from Metallica. Sort of like tan colored underclothing and like cloak underneath it. Lower jaw entirely replaced with one of these like massive gas mask arrays with a big tube that reaches back around to a complicated series of machines on his back, which includes not just your typical wiry mechadendrites, but also one particularly massive looking hand mechadendrite that is holding a full autocannon, just holding one.
Right.
There's a second.
Does he have one of the brace appendages?
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah. Like it's the hand is just holding on to the gun itself as it bracing it for him.
Right.
And then there's a second hand that's holding up what appears to be like a plasma lantern. It's just sort of like at head height that emits this like bright like neonish blue glow. And then except for what little bit of his face you can see, all of the flesh that you can see has been replaced with metal. There's a little bit of face that is like ashen pale, but both eyes have been replaced. It's very similarly to the Magos Biologus's, but in reverse, where her right eye is like humanish cybernetic, and the left one is bulky. His right eye is the bulky round one. The left eye is more human-looking cybernetic. His Omniscient axe is held in a yet third arm mechadendrite. He is definitely kitted out for weaponry. And he has a cyber staff in his actual main right hand as he sort of walks forward. So you must be the Aristarchus dactyl that my wife said would be on the way.
That is correct, sir. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, Master Cybersmith.
Yeah, indeed. I am, as you know, Cybersmith Mu Capifero. How can I assist? I understand you were sent here with a task.
That would be correct, sir. There was a significant destructive event in the Underhive recently, and it struck me as an opportunity that the Mechanicus could possibly provide quality of life improvements for those who are dwelling lower down towards Fairy Tandris surface level. Given the directives of our ordo, seem to be the idea might be a perfect opportunity to establish a chapel, maybe even lay the groundwork for an eventual temple, should the Omnissiah see fit to bless any efforts down there. And when I presented that concept to the Magus, she was kind enough to direct me to you as the possessor of necessary material and other resources that might be required to engage in such an effort.
Go ahead and roll me persuasion with your intelligence.
Okay. That is literally just an intellect roll.
3 successes, though.
Yep, 3 successes.
So as you sort of present this, and he sort of nods along. Yes, I believe that I can provide a accommodation of both manufacturing equipment and individuals capable of the task of building such things, as well as a small squad of Skitari to secure locations and find necessary sites to establish such a outreach mission. If my wife believes it to be worthwhile, I will trust her judgment.
Excellent news.
This may require communication between Manufactorum Ferris and Manufactorum Civis, but I think such things can be arranged. But yes, I have squads of Skitari that can go ahead and begin to secure locations in the Underhive to begin establishing such a foothold to assist the people underneath.
Oh, Rimmer's gonna love that.
Fantastic. Naturally, we don't wish to invade or alter the native environment unduly so. We're not an invasive species after all, but it seems to be a prime opportunity for reinforcing the lower infrastructure, which, considering that that's what holds us up, is mutually beneficial. Symbiotic, you might say.
Indeed, we did, after all, build this city when we first came across this place. It is only right that we maintain it and keep it in optimum operating position.
Fantastic, sir. I'm glad to see we're all in agreement on this. Actually, GM, would this be where you requisition equipment as part of the Mechanicus as well?
If you want to, yeah.
Okay. Given the slightly hazardous nature of the lower levels, I was wondering if the Mechanicus might see fit to bless me with a level of protective gear also for my own safety as we survey the local area and that sort of thing. He's looking for armor, effectively.
All right. Do you know what specific armor you're looking for?
The only, potentially accessible armor I can find is this Qatari Autocuirass.
You can also take literally any armor that has the Imperium keyword. So
yeah, he'd be interested in going for something that has a Mechanicus keyword to it specifically.
In which case, Forsaken System Player's Guide, armor table. Theoretically, there's also Sicarian battle armor.
That one would be harder to requisition with the increase. Oh, no, wait, that's a rarity 2.
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, here we go with Sicarian battle armor, absolutely. Because that's something that you can wear without being a full robot, right?
It's all in the heavily organized flexible armor. Yeah, it would probably be installed on you, but it's not like a full body replacement kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah.
But you could also go for the Autocuirass if you wanted to for this Qatari.
Yeah, no, I'll go for whichever one seems more accessible, honestly, which I think would be the battle armor one. Ooh, and that one comes with a power field. What's that do?
It might be the Autocuirass, actually. Hang on.
Rarity on that one says... Oh, no, I'm looking at value. That's the problem. Rare versus...
I think rare is also 2.
Yeah, okay, so they're the same.
Yeah, so I think rarity 2 and rarity rare are this. Actually, no, I think that's uncommon. It might be rarity 3. Hang on. Where's the rarity? Because they started in later books just identifying rarity
using numbers rather than text.
Instead of text.
Rare is at +2.
Okay, yeah, rare is +2. So yeah.
So yeah, they're effectively the same.
Well, one's it's actually easier because the Sicarian battle rarity is a modifier to what you need to roll.
Okay.
So it would be difficulty 8 to get the Sicarian battle armor and difficulty 7 to get the Autocuirass.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh boy. Well, I've got a number of dice. He'll try it. Why not?
You can also spend wealth for automatic icons.
Okay. Can you spend that after the fact, or do you have to spend that ahead of time?
You can spend it after.
Okay. He'll try and just roll with a standard influence then.
So hang on, difficulty. What's the difficulty?
7.
So that means you have to get 7 successes.
Yeah.
Right. And
They'll understand failing doesn't mean you don't get the thing. It just means you don't get it handed to you, you might need to do something for it or have to,
Right.
Okay.
other things.
Sounds good. I'm willing to roll the dice on this one.
You can also spend glory to get extra dice to roll on it as well, obviously.
Okay. I'm
So you're at 4.
going to... There's
Mm.
4.
3 more.
And if I spend a glory, I can roll another d6.
Yes.
I'm going to do that.
You can also spend one of your wrath to reroll that 3.
I'll do that too. All right,
Okay,
so that
so
puts
you're
us at
5 now.
5. Roll a d6.
You
6,
get
7.
Hey.
Hey.
Spent our 1 glory, but you exactly got the armor.
So
Awesome.
with exactly the result that you needed. Yes, I believe that I can supply some of the autocuirass that we outfit our Skitarius with. You look like you have about the size. You're not quite part of the military, but I think such protection would go a long way for assisting you.
I appreciate your analysis there, sir.
And so you will be equipped with a Skitari autocuirass.
Sweet. Put that in the inventory. And that gives me a 4 to my AR, which is on the combat side, I would presume.
Yes, it's the AV right next to your resilience.
Oh, AV and AR are the same thing? Okay, cool. Nice. Oh, wow. That's awesome. That almost doubles my resilience. Fantastic. So yeah, he'll hang out for as long as it takes to get that installed.
Is there anything else that I might be able to assist you with while you are here?
Well, I know that our investigative squad is going to need some level of potential weaponry at some point, but I have not gotten a full requisition request from our leader yet, so I will have to table that for the moment, I think.
As you wish. Whenever you are in need of equipment, please feel free to reach back out to us. We will be willing to provide however the Omnissiah sees fit.
It is most gracious of you, and I appreciate your contingent adherence to our protocols. You are an example for us all, Cybersmith.
Yes, no. Yes, here is the armor. Let us begin the fitting process.
And he will go get himself encased.
Yeah. And the autocuirass is more actual armor than the Sicarian plates are. But it's adjusted to you. It's the plates are like linked in with your augmetics so that you can have the full set of haptic feedback from the armor itself, so that you have much more awareness of your physical space than you would have if you were wearing just regular armor that didn't interact with you.
I'm Iron Man. And then he'll go to the designated elevator once he's made his courtesies and exit from the manufactorum.
And yeah, if you look at the Skitari archetype, that is the armor they're wearing. The Skitari armor. It's
dope.
Those metal plates with like the shoulders and the like breastplate looking thing. That's the essentials of it. Yeah.
Cool. Very nice. Awesome. I like it.
So yeah.
Does it have the Mechanicus logo like right there in the center of the breastplate?
It does have the symbol of the Omnissiah like dead center on the breastplate.
Even better.
But yeah, so you return to the elevator and meet up with Saris Artinos.
Stomp, 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 stomp.
Footfalls are slightly heavier than they used to be.
Yep.
Well, I see you've availed yourself of some upgrades while you were there.
Well, it occurred to me that if we are to get into another wrestling match with an amble, it would help if the medic of the team was a bit sturdier on the outset.
That's a good thought. We may need to requisition more gear, but we'll wait until we've seen exactly what it is everyone needs.
Absolutely.
Before we do
The
that.
manufacturing room is mostly focused on squad-operated weaponry, so if we need more firepower,
Well,
that's who we should talk to.
well, it was personal, like
Yeah, like personal scale weapons and armor. Yeah, essentially.
Mhm.
squad
Including
operated
squad
weaponry
weaponry.
is very specific.
Including squad weaponry. Like it's like the manufacturing works on a humanoid scale,
Right.
basically for most weapons and armor. They don't make like artillery pieces. They don't make tanks, etc., etc. But they do make
Although the
weapons and
cybersmith
armor.
is kind of a walking machine gun emplacement, but you know.
Yeah. Yeah, but they do make everything from las guns to auto guns and armor as well.
Yeah, no. If you let Aristarchus talk, he will just give you the full catalog of stuff that he saw while he was there.
I'll let you talk while we're going down the elevator.
Okay.
While he's going down the catalog, William, do they make power swords or force swords?
So they don't make most of the like hyper exotic gear. So power weapons and force weapons will be less common. Although you might be able to get some power sabers, like lighter power weapons, rather than the full on like big axes and hammers. You might be able to get a power sword, maybe. To be more difficult. They have of the weapons they have the majority of the bolt weapons, las weapons, and projectile weapons, as well as most melee weapons. Melee and chain weapons. They don't have melee, chain, and of the power weapons, the power sword.
Okay.
And then of the ranged weapons, they have most of the bolt, las, and projectile weapons, as well as grenades.
Because what I really want is the force sword, because it's just as it's the same stat line as a power sword, but better.
Yeah, but it's specifically made for psychers, and so they're much harder to come by.
Yeah. But could potentially get a what in the way of armor do they have?
As far as armor, they primarily can supply. Armor table. They can supply most of the basic armors, including Tempestus Carapace, and up to light power armor.
And what's the rarity value on very rare?
I believe. Oh God, where was the rarity thing? It's in the beginning of the war gear requisitioning. Rarity. Very rare is +3.
So that would be light power armor would then be what? Is it value +3 for the influence roll or what?
Yeah, so the influence roll, the DN is the value of the item plus the rarity modifier. The rarity modifier can be modified based on where you are and what kind of connections you have, basically.
So that difficulty would be 9. Ooh.
And yeah, very rare is a +3. So light power armor would be, it would be diff 9.
Anyways, that's something to think about for when I have any amount of wealth. Or have something that could be traded for it. All right.
So
yeah, heading to the Eagle's wing.
So you make your way to the Eagle's wing. The other group obviously gets there first. Is there anything you guys need to do or have before the other group arrives?
Yeah, I am scoping the place out and see how well they're going to react to The group that is coming down to meet with us coming in.
Roll me an awareness test real quick. Diff 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna work on converting this mandible into a weapon.
Nice.
Oh, we're sitting there. Sort
roll
of
me a
some
tech.
light-
Roll me a tech test. It'll be extended, so we'll
Okay.
just keep going until you have the number of successes that you need. Whenever you take a chance to
Yep.
sit down and do it.
I have 1 dice in this roll.
It'll be a while.
Excellent. Hey,
It's gonna be a while.
2 successes though.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, you got 2 successes. That's well on your way towards creating your own chopper.
You have 1
Oh, you-
dice,
so-
but it is your wrath. It is your wrath dice, so
Don't roll any ones.
don't roll a 1.
So here's the question. What are you trying to make with it? Are you trying to make a regular chopper, or are you going for a big chopper?
Ooh. I mean, I think I would like to go for a big chopper.
Okay, because it is big enough to be made into a big chopper, or you
Yeah.
can just like chop most of it off and make it into a regular hand-sized chopper.
Oh no, that would be terrible. It's so big.
Yeah. So yeah, you make progress on constructing your big chopper.
Excellent. I'm doing that while people are looking around.
Amazing.
What does Remy see?
So yeah,
Remy sees
with
a
that-
complication.
Oh, no.
You know
Of
what?
course I do, because why wouldn't I?
That's among many other things, that gives me another ruin to play with.
Yup.
You're welcome.
Um,
On Jeremy's behalf, you know.
Look, Jeremy's job in any game is to provide snark and ruin points.
Or whatever
Pretty
the
much.
equivalent there is.
Right.
I am proud to be your weakling.
Is anyone proud
of
to
the
be our
majority of the crowd that you see,
Wheaton is proud to be
Um,
Wheaton.
I mean, that depends on what capacity we're talking about, to be fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because everything besides die rolling, yes. Uh,
yeah, Wheaton should be very proud to be Wheaton in every capacity except for dice rolling.
he's the man. Anyway, so
So yeah, as
how
you're
many
looking around,
chaos cultants and rabidly, militantly anti-authoritarian people are there in this bar exactly?
People are like you.
1,
so aside from yourself,
2.
as you look around, this is the Eagle's Wing. This is like the pro Imperium dive bar in the Undercity. So
Except
for the most
at night.
for the most part, you're seeing a lot of the diehards of the people who love the Imperium, the ex-military, the old
Mhm.
PDF, the diehard faithful, the people who live and breathe the propaganda of the Imperium. Except there's a familiar face in the crowd. A woman that you
Okay.
haven't seen in a very long time.
Remy just turns around and walks out.
And you don't know why she's there, because she wouldn't be caught dead here other than potentially spying on it.
Right. Yep. Turns around, walks out
Uh,
without a word.
Remy?
He does that.
Gotta find a different
Uh,
bar.
Okay, Tina, stay here. Just stay here for a second. Don't move. She will go after Remy.
Stop mid. Stop.
Remy is now in the middle of the street, like looking left and right and considering other options.
What's going on?
All right. I cannot tell you why.
All right.
that is not a good choice for this particular meeting.
Would
Not
it
right now.
would it be potentially dangerous?
Yes.
All right, I'll go get Tina and we'll find somewhere else.
All right.
I will have to send a message to the others.
It's fine. Just tell them something. Tell them it's full. Tell them anything.
I've got it covered. Don't worry.
All right. And I'm gonna. There's tons of bars. There's got to be one other place that, sure, maybe full of a bunch of like rabidly anti-imperial people, but is still a better choice tonight than that one.
She'll go. She'll go grab Tina.
Okay.
Are you still
Roll me
frozen?
investigation, Remy.
Okay.
Are you still frozen?
Yes.
Weirdly, every bar has that same woman in it.
When I said don't move, you can move.
Uh-huh.
I meant don't get up. Okay, you're fine.
Yeah, I've been breathing.
Okay, good. We're gonna go out and find another place. There's a
Which is
problem.
fantastic because you don't have internal organs, so you don't need to breathe, but you have been.
Yeah, it makes people comfortable, you know.
I mean, the orcs have some internal organs, just not the
Yeah.
same arrangement.
They're in different spots.
Okay.
There are different spots from orc
My
to
heart's
orc.
right here.
There's a problem with this place, and we are gonna quickly go find Remy and find somewhere else.
Oh, a problem? Looks around
No,
like
no,
this
no,
is possibly
don't.
a fight.
No, it's not like that, and we're not gonna question it. We are gonna trust Remy right now, and we're gonna go find somewhere else.
Trust
Oh,
Remy,
we are.
famous
Mistake.
last word.
That was your first mistake.
How we die.
Okay. Did he say why?
We're trusting Remy right now. Okay.
Sure.
Let's go find somewhere else.
There is
Etched into our gravestones. We trusted Remy.
Sounds legit. Yeah, I got
there
you.
is
That's-
there is another bar that you find just literally just named In Vino Veritas.
Perfect.
In wine we trust.
We're heading that way, and I will give Blair the name and the directions.
All right, she'll send a message to Saris.
Which is the first half of the full sentence In Vino Veritas in Aqua Sanitas, which is in wine there is truth, in water there is good sense.
But yeah, she'll just send a message. It says there were some complications. We're meeting somewhere else, and she'll have the name and the coordinates of the new bar.
There's a long enough pause that Aristarchus can see Saris is mentally going over the potential complications. Before
Well,
she goes,
I mean, was this sent to both of them or just to
Well,
Saris?
Oh, if she can send it to both of them, she did.
my Vox is handheld, so you would have heard it anyways.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Before Saris goes, copied.
Miss Blair, if you could provide in detail a breakdown of the specific complications, I'm running a diagnostics on the social cross sections of the underhive for future reference, and would love to know whatever analysis you could provide of your expert opinion on the situation.
He gets back. No.
Yes.
Saris looks over to Aristarchus.
Aristarchus paging Remy Mara. If you could provide a specific declaration of the details of the complication that arose at our original rendezvous point, it would be most useful to my dossier that I am compiling on social situation and cross-section of the underhive.
I feel like halfway through that, the line opens up and you just hear Sorry. Can't. Ow! Ouch!
Are
So-
you in distress, or are you marketing a ploy of mechanical failure, given that I have analysis of the severity of signal strength in this periodic region of the Underhive, and I can assure you, you are within excellent range of our communication devices.
I reach over and try and grab one of the boxes, whichever one is closest and is probably easiest to reach.
Probably Blair's.
Okay, and I say into it,
Blair's not letting her grab that.
I'm going
You're
to
gonna
try.
have to grab it from
Yeah.
one of us.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
Roll. Tina, roll athletics. Blair, roll either athletics or
Athletics with agility?
or athletics with agility, with either strength or agility.
Oh.
Complication.
Oh,
Failure with a complication.
I'm gonna break your box.
Would you like to spend a wrath to reroll all those failures?
Yeah, let's try it.
2 complications,
3
man.
and a complication.
Oh goodness. Oh goodness. I am gonna spend a wrath. How many dice do I have to roll to
Just hit the
do
reroll
the
button.
reroll? 4?
Hit the
blue
reroll button.
Yeah, but it won't because Holly.
Yeah,
Did
because Holly
one.
rolled between.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. 4. You got 4 to reroll.
Yeah, so do 4d6. Is that how that
Yep.
works?
Yep.
Yes. Hey.
Uh,
2 successes.
Two icons?
Yeah, 2 icons and a complication versus 3 icons and a complication.
Okay.
With the 2 complications between you,
Oh dear.
I feel like the reason that you managed to keep this out of Tina's hands is because it ends up smashed on the ground. Like, Tina goes, "Here, let me see that for a second," and you go, "Nope," and you just lean out and it slips from your hand and goes against the ground.
And Remy just immediately at that point takes like 4 or 5 steps back because he knows exactly what's coming next.
Second target.
Blair just stares at Tina.
You dropped it.
Looks like someone's getting me a new one.
You expect the orc to get you a new Vox?
They don't have money. They use teeth.
It's fine. We're connected with
I need a Vox.
richer people than us at the
And
very
you
least.
don't just take people's stuff.
Yes.
He's gonna keep asking.
I don't care.
I will
So-
deal
I can
with
just not
Aristarchus when
respond
he
to
gets
him.
here.
Up in the elevator to Aristarchus. Aristarchus, if they're not telling you right now, then either they're in a location where they can't tell you, or it's a situation of a sensitive nature that they are unwilling to tell you. Either way, asking multiple times is not going to get you an answer.
That is a very keenly phrased analysis of sapient behavior. I appreciate that. It is very possible that they do not wish to be overheard.
You're welcome.
Oh, that's very odd. Miss Blair's Vox coder just lost functionality.
There's a vein.
It just
Like,
seems to you
right
guys
here.
like we just died, all of us.
Well, no. In Sarah's mind, it's after the third question, Blair just smashed it on the ground to stop hearing the question.
I mean,
I
fair.
asked twice. Thank you very much. Twice.
Twice.
No, Blair wouldn't do that.
I do really like the idea that they must not have been in a situation where they could properly communicate. It could have been a dangerous situation. One of the Voxes blinks out.
Oh,
danger!
Oh, Blair's dead.
Danger. We'll promise.
I'm going to see if I can put this elevator into overdrive. Just a moment.
Please don't.
Very well.
Do.
Just cascades.
Just kill both of us in the elevator because you try to make it go
Yeah, I know.
slightly faster.
Oh my god!
This is an Imperium elevator. We're already going as fast as we can without dying. Like,
Oh, this is peak 40k. I love all of it.
All right. He will not engage in tinkering mechanically with an elevator that is currently in motion.
with us in it.
With us inside, yes.
I just love
Eventually, you arrive on the
just
level.
I love the visual of like all of Aristarchus' limbs heading towards the control panel. Sarah's going, "Please don't," and then all of them snapping back to attention.
Yep, pretty much. Parade rest.
But eventually, the elevator comes to rest on the level that you're looking for.
We make our way to the new location that was indicated.
You find a couple blocks down from the Eagle's Wing in Vino Veritas.
In the elevator, I took down the banner, so I'm just staff, no banner now.
Did we pass the Eagle's Wing on the way?
No.
Okay.
By the way, along the way, once we are far enough away, I will give them the head. All right. I'm going to tell you why. You can't tell them why.
Why?
And you'll understand when I explain.
Lair might understand when you explain.
Yeah, I can't believe you're telling Tina.
There's no way if I tell you, I'm telling Tina. So
You could tell Tina to go away. This is an option. She does seem to be listening a lot to Blair.
I mean, that's fair. No, I feel like, as valuable as that would be, I feel like, yeah, no, he's just going to be like, you can't say anything about this. You don't need to know why, you just can't. Not to Ceres and Aristarchus and the rest. Fair?
I don't know.
Do you need to not be hearing this?
As Tina processes for a second.
That was a lot of double negatives.
Tina is not the morkiest of orcs.
She's decent, but that is like,
She's
this is not
far more gorky
she doesn't
than Morky.
understand what's happening right now. Because you no, yes, no.
Yeah, nah, yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Well, that's,
Like the
that's
Midwest.
Australian and highly contextual.
The Midwest, yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah.
If I tell you, will you be able to not tell them?
Yeah. I don't just say anything.
No, I say lots of things. Sometimes in context.
There's a pause. I'm recontextualizing this information. Maybe it would be a better idea if you just didn't know. Not that I don't think you can't not say,
Uh-huh.
but I just think it would be better.
Okay.
Has nothing to do with you.
Maybe you could stand over there and look out for the others.
Sure.
And Remy and I'll have a word.
Okay.
Awesome. Wait until she heads off. All right. That bar, and I don't know why they're there, as a chaos cultist.
What do I know about chaos cultists?
I mean,
We've been talking.
they worship
about
the
them for
ruinous
the past-
powers. They're the people that you're actively hunting. They're also actively hunting you, it seems.
If Ceres goes in there and there is even these,
Mhm.
there is a very good chance that there would be interaction, and then it would turn out very, very bad. I guarantee if we met there would be a fight. That's why I just recontextualized information
I'm-
about a certain
I'm
arc.
so glad you're not telling Tina this.
I mean, I wouldn't have included that part of it in if Tina had been there.
You'd be chasing her back to the bar. All right.
So
No, that is fair. I will not tell the others. I will
Thank
deal with Aristarchus.
Aristarchus will be fun. We'll distract him with something shiny.
You've only had something broken for him to fix.
I think he'd be okay with the information, but I'm not going to say anything to him. So you told me not to.
I appreciate that. This bar should be fine as much anyways. Frankly, I will be more comfortable in this bar
All right.
even if there wasn't a chaos cultist situation. So yeah,
I will go retrieve Tina.
yeah, go get Tina back before a fight starts.
It would be dramatically appropriate if y'all turned the corner to get Tina and Ceres and Aristarchus were there with Tina already. Like,
Well, a couple questions. First off, Tina,
Yeah.
did you immediately get in a fight?
No.
Okay.
I'm looking around. I'm making sure, because there was something that happened back at. I'm probably looking back toward the bar where we came from, because I'm really curious about what all that was. I don't really know. I'm kind of wondering if we maybe walked away from a fight.
Generally speaking, when Remy says to leave a place real quick, it's usually to get away from a fight.
Yeah.
You should throw a rock at it just in case.
You have my objective.
Hey, being bored is a problem.
I am gonna I'm gonna sort of walk past it. It's not disobeying.
so we're there and Tina isn't there.
So you walk past the eagle's wing. What do you do as you walk past it?
I'm looking for anything that seems sort of that maybe I need to fight.
Roll me an awareness test.
Okay.
Should all the Imperial diehards in there also roll an awareness test to see the orc walking past?
Yeah, I was gonna say there's plenty in there to fight.
There's
Oh, yeah.
two.
Hang on.
Yes. You bet your sweet ass hang on.
They just told me to go over there, and that was very non-specific.
There could be anywhere, including over here.
Oh.
I said go look out for the others.
I'm looking out for others.
Oh.
So
With a
there's a guy who looks like he's probably retired military, who is having a drink with some buddies, who looks up from his drink as you walk by and almost spits it out as he recognizes you and what you are. And starts to stand up, and one of his buddies is like, "No, don't you dare!" But he looks like he's trying to grab a rifle that he's got sitting on the next to his seat.
Oh. Huh? Okay.
This is not on us. That's the important part of the situation.
I will say,
Yeah.
it is about at this point that Aristarchus, Lorwell, and Saris arrive.
Okay. Hi! I wave at them. I'm still staring at this guy. You don't turn away from a potential fight. That's a bad idea.
Oh, so we're running into Tina in front of the Eagle's wing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so the
Okay.
you arrive at sort of an intersection, and you know that the In Vino Veritas is like down there a block,
Mhm.
but there's Tina in front of the Eagle's wing staring into it.
Can I see what Tina's staring?
I was
at?
gonna say, can I get an
Not
awareness
without getting
test?
closer.
I'm
Oh,
gonna head over towards
Aristarchus.
Tina. Yeah, we're heading over.
mhm. Towards Tina and try and get a read on the situation and what's around and what's going on.
The first thing you see immediately is an Imperial, like a retired guard trooper, in an argument with his buddies about the orc standing in the door.
I'm gonna hold up my cool half a chappa. Sort of
Tina,
invitation slash threat.
are you antagonizing the
Invitation
locals?
slash threat.
Huh? No.
Look in there, Tina. It's a bunch of
Yeah.
retirees. Do you think it'll be a good fight?
Retirees.
People that are no longer fit for battle. And
That
so
means
have
it's people
been-
who survived lots of fights.
and so have been sent to civilian life because they would die in the battlefield.
That doesn't make any sense.
Humans are not like orcs, Tina. The older we get, the weaker we get.
That's a significantly cursed thought, Tina.
Ugh.
Shit, you should be out there
Ew.
fighting babies.
Ew.
Yes!
Oh no.
Where
I
do you keep
support
your
this
infants?
notion.
I'm looking for the real strong squig humies, you know?
She makes a face and turns away at that. Ew.
With nine icons and a potential glory on the table, what does Aristarchus see as he tries to just take in all of the eagle's wing?
High population density of military veteran and PDF troll individuals. One individual appears to be aggravated at the presence of an orc within visual range. Is getting into an argument with compatriots who are trying to talk him down. Seem to be aware of the presence of orcs in the Underhive and just trying not to get into a fight with this one. Some individuals among the population of the bar don't appear to be military or PDF. Some of them just appear to be individuals, civilian. Some of them look more ganger than military or civilian. A lot of them have still a lot of them have like obvious icons of worship of the emperor about their person, whether it be just Aquila's hanging from necks or like just regular icons of the faith around them. Except one individual who appears to have no obvious markings and is trying to lay low.
Oh, can I shift any of those icons to ask questions about Shifty?
I will say you needed at least 5 to be able to identify them. So you can shift 2 of those.
All right. I will shift 1 for a question on the guy who's having an argument on his fights with his friends over starting a fight / the rifle. Does it look like if we do not exercise more interference, that will get de-escalated, or does it look like it needs an extra push to tamp that down?
With the orc walking off, it seems like it is going to de-escalate if you don't cause any further escalation.
Okay. And then the individual who's looks like they're trying to lie low. Any identifying features or any iconography on them? If somebody is obviously trying to keep out of sight or dodge observation, what can he pick out about them to identify?
So the thing that identifies the most is the complete lack of identification.
Okay.
Like most people have like a symbol of some kind that represents where
right.
they work or who they're with, or
Right.
in an incredibly feudalistic society, almost everyone is identified by their job.
Right.
This person has no identifiers on.
Okay.
Not
Male,
even
female?
not even gang symbols.
Okay. Can I tell male, female?
Female.
Any female? Okay. But nobody that Aristarchus would like recognize or anything,
No.
right? Okay.
No immediate recognition.
All right. He'll just turn and follow Tina and Ceres then.
Are you close to retirement?
No, nowhere near.
Good.
As we're walking away, I am gonna cast a glance over my shoulder just to check and see if there was anything else. Ceres is trying to determine if that was the reason why Remy called it off, or if there was another reason.
Roll me awareness.
5.
Nice.
Similarly, the only thing that stands out to you as odd in that room is the one person who has no iconography whatsoever.
Does a lack of iconography ping anything in my inquisitorial brain?
I mean, it says this person doesn't want to be seen as identified with anyone.
So
Whether that's someone doing that, typically means it's someone who is keeping a watch out and doesn't want to be spotted and is not taking enough precautions, because if they were doing their job as well as they could have, they would be marking themselves with the iconography of the people they're blending in with. But it doesn't necessarily mean anything specific more than that. It just means this person is trying to not be seen.
There's some sort of early warning watch of some kind. Could I tell who she's watching? Would that be possible or no?
Not with 5.
Okay.
Not without more things and the possibility of a shift.
Gotcha. Okay, so I will.
They're pretty difficult to spot already because it's
So
pretty crowded.
I'm going to make a note of that person as best I can mentally. Just file it away. In the ever growing archive of potential threat. Filed under question mark. And then walk with Tina towards the other bar. And should there ever be a cause for it, Tina, I'm more than willing to welcome your fight.
I don't want to
But
fight
not
you.
right now, is what we're saying.
I don't want to fight you.
I don't want to fight you either, Tina.
Sounds like quitters talk to me.
Oh, look, there's Remy and Blair. Hello.
Yeah.
As you enter the In Vino Veritas and
Yep.
immediately find Remy
Found
and
them.
Blair.
Good job.
Blair, I don't know if you're aware, Miss Blair, but I think your Vox coder, your Vox box may have lost functionality somehow. Did you,
It got broken.
I would
She
like-
looks at Tina.
I would like to scan the people inside this place as well, for similarly filing people into threat categories.
Roll me awareness.
4.
Most of the people around here seem to be sump workers. Like, these are the people who work the sewers, like drain the water, maintain the pipes. These are the working class people of the Underhive.
Okay. Has Remy and Blair found us a suitably dark and dingy corner?
Absolutely, that is my
Focus and
expertise.
dingy.
That's my specialty.
Okay.
well, Miss Blair, if you'd like me to take a look at it, I can see about maybe getting that patched up for you or repaired or something. See, that's why everybody should have these implanted into their craniums, like some of the higher-ups do. That way you don't risk anything going wrong, and if it does, you've got it right exactly where you need it.
Well, here are a few pieces. There's some
All right.
more out there on the ground,
Oh, all right.
and
Back
then
in
there
a
are
few.
more over there.
Aristarchus, it can wait.
Well, but then mightn't it not get kicked about a bit? Nah, I can see if I can manage with this. That's fine. Sits down. Starts patching things together.
Roll me a tech test.
So,
how are things above ground, relatively speaking?
I have new information, but let's see if you have anything relevant to share first.
What's your new information?
Insight check.
Oh boy.
All right, the first inter-party check. All right.
Oh,
Oh,
Remy,
we had those.
Not the
I
first one.
destroyed.
roll me whichever you feel is more appropriate between deception and persuasion.
Oh,
I
first
mean-
insight check though.
And then
Sure.
Cyrus, roll me-
I'm gonna spin to
insight.
wrath. Can I spin to wrath again?
No.
I went from a 1 to a 2.
You only re-roll each individual
Ah.
dice once.
Okay. So
I'm gonna make it persuasion. Because honestly, mostly Remy is joking. But also, if he doesn't have to reveal much, he'll take that. So.
With the complication.
He's hiding something, Sarah.
Like, he's clearly joking, to be fair.
No, he's joking. There's that sense of someone who has gotten very used to joking with people who he can joke with, like someone who's very used to joking to people above him.
Yes. Like, this is something that he is very practiced in doing. He really kind of enjoys fucking with the establishment. And it's almost like second nature for him.
I would like to. So, question, William.
Yes.
This cannot end well.
Do I have to specifically invoke the name of my Inquisitor to get the plus rank bonus dice, or is the knowledge of my Inquisitor existing enough for me to get the plus rank bonus dice to fix Remy with the most intimidating stare possible?
You either have to actually invoke your Inquisitor or like flash your badge or something. You have to do some kind of gesture to make use of the Inquisitorial decree.
So if I just like adjust my hand so that my finger is resting on the eye patch, that he knows.
I would
where
say
the-
that's not quite enough.
Not quite enough. Okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna.
Like, it
I'm
has
just
to be
gonna-
a visual reminder.
I got you. I'm just going to fix him with a very intimidating stare then, and spin a wrath to reroll. There we go.
Better.
5 in complication.
Still a complication.
That's fine.
Remy, this would technically be a fear test. Roll me a conviction roll. I'm not actually applying the fear effect to you, but use
Right.
that for comparison.
Doesn't say anything.
I mean-
she stares at you.
There's a little bit of stiffening, but there is also a sense of digging in at this point, and the joke just became serious. What you got?
Miss Blair, did you hit this with a hammer?
No, it wasn't. Tina tried to. Whatever. Can you fix it?
You're
I'm
all
making progress.
doing. You're all doing it again.
Lack of doing what again, Tina?
Not saying anything to anyone, to each other. You have to like talk if we're a group and doing like teamwork.
Tina, did you hit this with a hammer? Hmm?
No, my hand.
Same
Functionally
difference,
a
I guess.
hammer.
A lack of update has been noted. We have slight adjustments to the mission parameters as they have been stated. I am waiting for additional information on Tycho and his identity and any additional information that will be useful for tracking his movements and whereabouts.
At this point, I'm sorry, I don't remember it, but Remy legitimately interrupts with the last name.
Mordoric.
Yeah, Mordoric.
You
Tycho
stop.
Mordoric.
The eye just looks back over at you.
Hey, look, I've got information.
The head of the Wastelanders knew his last name.
Yeah.
Did the head of the Wastelanders know anything else, or should I make a personal visit for the information you've already acquired?
That won't go well for
Yeah,
you.
no, you're not making a personal visit, first of all. Did he know, or did she? Sorry, did she tell us more? I can't remember.
Yes, she
Yes,
did tell you a bit
yes.
more.
I don't remember all of it, but
the details that she knew about Tycho Mordoric was that he's some kind of ex-military,
yes.
and that he has bounced around between every major and minor gang in the Underhive and gotten kicked out for being an iconoclast.
Mhm.
He is a known iconoclast, someone who hates basically any and all figures of authority, including imperial authority, including the Emperor, and has been vocal about that, and it has gotten him kicked out of every Emperor-fearing gang in the Undercity.
And probably some of the Emperor non-fearing gangs in the Undercity, too.
Yeah.
Because just because you don't fear them doesn't mean that you're stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, she will pass all this on to Saris.
Anyway, basically, internally making an update to a report,
Right.
an update report to send upwards, and then after that's done, it seems that I haven't made the situation fully clear yet, and so I would like to lay out, before I continue with my update, the stakes of the situation. There is heretical activity on this planet.
It's a planet, of course.
That by itself is enough cause for concern that the Inquisition has sent an agent here to investigate. If, in the process of my investigation, I do not return, or I am stalled long enough for the heretical forces at work to achieve whatever goal it is that they are after. Remy, are you familiar with the term exterminatus?
I'm well aware.
Are
of
you
what...
familiar with the term?
So you can continue with your speech, yes.
Do you understand the implication, then? Because
yes.
if
Why do you think I'm helping you?
If the information that I need to put together, whatever case I need to put together, is withheld, for whatever reason, I understand you don't like me, that's fine, you don't have to. But if I don't get the information that I need, and we do not solve this issue quickly, the entire surface of this planet will be turned to glass, with all of us, myself included, on it.
Again, why do you think I'm helping you? I don't not like you. You seem, for your kind, pretty decent. I don't like what you represent.
That's perfectly fine. I am here to save Imperial lives.
I understand that. Again, why do you think I'm helping you?
You've been given the information we know.
Yes.
All right, we're not going to tell you every little detail about our lives.
And I don't expect you to, but when I ask for an update,
You didn't
providing
ask.
the information is useful rather than making me dance through hoops.
And we provided the information.
Joke.
I didn't see any hoops for you to dance through. So you can get off your high horse.
Blair, when I asked for an update, I was given nothing. It wasn't until Tina
was-
started mentioning you weren't telling people anything, and then I had to suggest that maybe I would need to go to the place you received your information to get it myself, that you then shared your information. Please, do not try to change the situation that just occurred.
I'm not. But again, it was a joke, and your inability to take the joke escalated the situation. Do you really think?
The person working with Tycho is not doing so willingly.
Of course she isn't.
She was stolen. She is the twin sister of one of the child of House Tandris, I have learned today. Kept hidden from the black ships by her father.
Aristarchus fully drops all of the things he's holding in his several hands.
You might wish to pick that up, Aristarchus.
Right, no, that was just it, rather.
Doesn't mean she's exactly an angel.
No, it does not. However,
I'll tell you this that's interesting. When I ran into them, because that's where I landed, he was the one who stopped her from doing something really nasty to me. Oh, I'm not saying that to say he's some kind of good guy. I'm not on his side. I'm not protecting him, any of that, to be clear. But she's a nasty little piece of business herself.
oh, I don't imagine that she's in any state to be cooperative. From what I gather, this Tycho likely some level of officer before he became before he turned traitor, and one that has skill at influencing this many people this quickly and this effectively, and also controlling a psyker, would have been an officer of no small skill. Whether or not
Sounds
she can,
about right.
whether or not she can be saved from her current course, I do not know. But the Ordo Malleus is concerned. The Ordo Malleus's philosophies are only concerned with what we do after she has fallen to the warp. Up to that point, my objective would be to do whatever we can to save her from the situation she finds herself in, if possible.
Okay.
Enough of my kin fall to the warp every day. I would like to save at least one.
Fair enough. Can't say I disagree with that.
We will have assistance as much as we can, information-wise, from the Militarum. I will send them off a report as soon as we're done with this meeting. And they will give us back any information they can on Tycho. Should we need it, we can request additional backup should the situation escalate. I would like us to be able to deal with it with just the strike team we have, but as the situation develops, we may have to call in larger guns. Should it develop too far, and should this planet be deemed lost, we will be lost with it.
Mm-hmm.
Bear that in mind.
Aristarchus is on his data slate. Well, as a potential other support to that side of things, I was able to speak to the cybersmith at the Manufactorum Ferrum, and he's seen fit to help advance the presence of a Mechanicus installation in the damage sector. So we may have some Skitarii backup to rely on, or at least call upon, should the need arise as well. Plus, they'll be busy rebuilding the infrastructure to make sure that more alive doesn't fall down.
Also, we should requisition some additional supplies and equipment from the Mechanicus. So, Blair, Remy, Tina, as far as equipment is concerned, what would be useful for us in pursuing this threat?
Big guns.
Thank you, Tina.
Also, the Dig Tincture tribe is ready to go and fight.
Can requisition some better communication for all of us.
Yes.
That'll be a key.
Was 6 successes enough to repair the box?
Oh yes, you
Okay.
fixed the one fine.
There you are, Miss Blair.
Thank you, Aristarchus.
A little smaller, but I think most of the components that are out on the street were, frankly, not terribly necessary.
As long as it works, thank you.
Better communication.
Weapons, not necessarily big guns, but
No.
I mean decent sized guns, but weapons. in general.
Weapons. Anything that makes the three of you look less like you, more like you belong in the Underhive.
Aristarchus looks down at his now full body encasement armor with a massive symbol of the Adeptus Mechanicus front and center.
Because we're not going to get answers. We can try and do the okay, you guys stay at the bar and Blair and I go and talk with the people in the corner thing. But as open as it is, it's just hindering us.
What is the... If you were to consider in the lower hives in general, an idea of the level of armament that might be acquitted to someone in the realm of a gang leader or enforcer for one of the higher end gangs. Is power armor something that anyone down here has access to?
Johnny?
Is it?
Power armor is a rare thing anywhere, but the very, very rare occasions that someone from Mortis Veritas has shown up, especially if they're high end, and like the one time that anyone has seen Nox, they've been wearing power armor. So it's not unheard of, it's just rare.
So it can be made to fit in, basically. It's the thing that
Yes.
Alright.
You would have to scale it down because, like, it's plausible. Basically, as long as you guys don't scream, as long as you don't scream what you are, we should be fine. It should be easier.
Well, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Adeptus Mechanicus are galaxy-wide known as the people you call when you need help or something fixed. So I assume that presence would be largely welcomed by anybody who's not directly related to our target of interest.
Also, the Mechanicus Skitarius are infiltration specialists. I'm sure the Mechanicus above will be able to accommodate genericizing equipment.
Oh, and Miss Saris, as a de facto technical advisor to this little squad, unless that position wishes to be claimed by anybody else, I thought you might want to see these calculations that I've run. And he tilts his data slate to you, and there's a sociological formulaic breakdown of potential success rates on reclaiming and redeeming psychers that have gone AWOL, more or less. He's like, without additional information, I can't narrow it down much more than this, but I think we would be looking at somewhere between a probable success rate of 20 to 40%.
I will slide you a
For
data.
what's that's worse.
I will slide you a data slate. Upload it to my data slate, please.
Zip.
The concern is you've got to realize I'm not necessarily I'm not even in Saracen. Sorry, I don't remember Julie. Julie's character's name constantly
Laurel.
slips my head.
Laurel.
I'm in their case, I'm not even that concerned about what the average person down here is gonna think. As long as you don't do something like, I don't know, charging up to the head of the Wastelanders and demanding information, you're gonna be fine.
That was mostly just a
I
Don't do
know.
that.
gambit to get information.
I was being an asshole. You were being a bitch. It's all fine.
nods.
But I'm not concerned about what average people think down here. I am, but I'm not. I'm concerned about the people that we're trying to find being able to identify you. If they can't identify you, they're less likely to be on their guard if you show up in their vision.
Correct.
Or their agents, or so on. So yes, while I'm not so concerned about Aristarchus, your aesthetic, let's just
Well,
put it
and-
that way.
No, that's a very good point that you bring up about. Seems to me then that the more of the Mechanicus we can get down on here, I'll be able to get lost in the crowd. It's very clever of you, Remy.
No, you can't get enough down here to lose. That just makes you more obvious.
You do stand out apart from your Mechanicus brethren, Aristarchus.
He looks down at himself.
Plus,
And
methodology.
I promise
not
I'm
visually.
gonna get more. Oh, yeah.
the presence of more
he kind of
Mechanicus
will.
people down here
Pat
will
him on the
cause
shoulder.
people to start looking for Mechanicus people because they will know that they're coming. That's going to draw more attention to you.
I've not undergone a neuroplastic psychosectomy,
Right.
unfortunately.
Yep.
So,
So, yeah, anything that can make you guys, and I mean this in the most respectful way possible, less you, the better.
I look over at Aristarchus. Scum pattern, arms and armament.
Pretty much.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe we could conceal some of this.
I mean, that's the idea. Like,
Yes, modifications, not
We
lowering the
just-
quality, but simply changing out the plates.
Buttons up his robe
Wear a
over top of
fucking
his chest
poncho.
insignia.
Oh.
So, armor for myself, for Blair. Looks at Tina.
Oh, I've got.
Tank
on, let me
armor
look at
for
my-
you.
I think I have armor on, don't I?
I believe you're wearing heavy armor, if I recall.
Yeah, I
correctly.
got heavy armor.
Okay.
okay, I
Yeah.
haven't looked.
Tina's a
Please
sturdy,
tell me
sturdy
that
lady.
is exactly how it's spelled.
Apostrophe
armor.
E-
I could get
apostrophe
mega
EAVY.
Fuck yes.
Space
Yeah.
Heavy
armor.
armor.
I could get mega armor. That'd be
Mega
better.
Armor.
But it's really it only Big Tinka has that. So not
But
big
no,
enough.
we can check with the Manufactorum Ferrum and see what else we can get you kitted out with.
Blair,
Absolutely.
Are you familiar with the use of a chainsword?
Sorry, who?
Who are you talking?
I said, Blair,
Blair.
are you familiar with the use of a
Oh, sorry.
chainsword?
Yeah. I could work one.
So, basically, out of character for a second, I'm thinking, basically what Sarah's trying to get at right now is what would be the best potential armaments for each character, and then what sort of degrading tiers so that we can see what we can get from the Mechanicus. I'm thinking, I mean, obviously, power armor would benefit us no matter what. If
Good
that,
luck.
but scaling down, then the Tempestus Scion armor and further on, all of it modified to fit in better with the Underhive rather than looking clean and fresh off the plate. Some like a bolt gun for Blair, probably. Chainsword, bolt pistols, if possible. And I think, and then some communication gear for Remy. Anything else that?
I mean, I'm saying communication gear for all of us, like something.
Well, I mean, yeah. So that was the thing that you
Decent.
specifically specified. Was what I was trying to
Yeah.
say. Yeah.
Individual Vox beads would probably be a
Yeah,
good idea.
Exactly.
Individual
That
Vox
would
beats.
be something where our communications aren't announcing to everybody in the bar what's being
Yeah.
said.
So upgrade from hand voxes to vox beads.
Yeah.
And Vox beads can be put in the ear or like on the collar, and can be subvocal, so you can speak low enough that people can't hear you and still
Yep.
be heard.
Obviously, I'm not going to be able to get a force sword unless I can convince our battle sacker to lend me his.
I mean, he doesn't even have a force sword; he has a force staff.
Yeah, I also have a force staff, but I could also use a bolt pistol. Could Remy even use a bolt pistol? I don't know if it would break his arm or not.
I mean, I don't know. What are the requirements on it?
Bolt pistol is only brutal in pistol. Mechanically speaking, yes, he can. It would be like a civilian trying to fire a deagle, but
What is, out of curiosity, what is the standard sidearm of like the steel watch?
the steel watch sidearm is typically a las pistol.
Okay. I already have one of those, so.
Though they're
Oh no,
standard.
I have an auto pistol.
Yeah, like a standard steel watch sidearm is a las pistol. Their typical main weapons of choice are usually either a combat shotgun or usually like a combat shotgun, like a slightly under military grade las gun, or a stub cannon.
Okay.
So yeah, all that, and also some ammunition, probably some
Or a heavy stubber, rather.
armor-piercing rounds for the lot, considering the armor that Tycho is wearing.
Oh.
What kind of gun does Blair currently use?
Standard auto gun.
Auto gun. So let's see. Yeah, so a bolt rifle would be an upgrade.
Oh, by a long shot, but bolt rifles are specifically Primaris Astartes equipment. That's not
Oh,
something you can
sorry.
get your hands on.
Bolt gun.
Yeah, a bolt gun is something you could get, theoretically.
I wish I had a rocket launcher.
Rocket launcher for team. I don't know if we could get a rocket launcher, but we'll see. It doesn't hurt to ask, as far as I'm aware.
I mean, Tina also, I think, wants a rocket launcher, which
Yeah.
is an orc weapon, not a
Rocket
Yeah.
launcher.
ROKKITLAUNCHA.
Gotcha.
They do 16 damage. It's glorious.
Yeah, a bolt gun does 10 damage with AP -1, natively, and then if you
No AP. No AP. Bolt
Oh,
rifle has
the
AP
bolt
minus
rifle
one.
is AP -1. Sorry.
But
Yeah,
it's salvo 2, brutal, and rapid fire 2.
yeah. So I feel like that's an upgrade to the auto gun that Blair is currently
Oh,
using.
generally, yes.
All right.
Yeah, I think Remy will put in a request for a shotgun. And or las pistol. I was wrong. I have an auto pistol.
Yeah.
Well, if we can get a yeah, okay. So then we'll just basically put this list together. Aristarchus, could you put in a requisition and see if we can get any of this?
All right. Yeah. No. Next time I'm up at the manufactorum, the cybersmith was kind enough to say I should check back in, and we can see about requisitioning some Imperial gear.
Which I'm assuming we can do off screen.
Yep.
All right. I will send the information that you've given me up to the commissar. That will help them narrow down the search faster. And hopefully we'll hear back something soon that will give us an idea of where to look next.
Perfect.
As you say that, Saris, your Vox starts to ring.
Hello?
This is Jordan Tandris of the Farron 519th.
Yes, Primaris. What can I help you with?
I would like to cordially invite yourself and your companions to a dinner at the House Tandris estate for a conversation with my father.
I would like to warn you that my entourage currently contains an orc from the Digtinka tribe.
I am aware. Accommodations have been made.
What time?
This evening. When you have time, I would recommend swiftness. There's much to discuss.
We've just finished our current rendezvous. We will be up there by the evening.
Affirmative.
Well, that's turning off the Vox. We've all been invited to dinner at the planetary
Mum
governor's
called
house.
you? Oh.
No. At the planetary governor's house.
No, he's not the planetary governor. He's the head
Sorry.
of one of the noble houses.
Sorry. Oh, is that not the... Oh, is Tandris not the governor?
No, Tandris is not the governor.
Oh, okay. Sorry. We've all been invited to dinner at House Tandris.
What?
No, the governor's family is House Ferrum.
You included, Tina. Apparently they've made accommodations for you.
Oh. Cool. She looks kind of dumbfounded.
Now you see that, Remy? Tina's invited, which means you don't got any excuse not to come along.
Yeah, no, this is... When you say invite, this is not an invite, is it?
This would be an invitation, but it's to discuss, I assume, our mission, and as it relates to the Tandris daughter.
Right.
Oh,
That's
what was
I
her
mean.
what was her name, by the way, that I was given?
Janaya, wasn't it?
Janaea Tandris.
Janaea.
Janaya
Also-
Tandris.
Her name is Janaea Tandris.
Yeah,
this-
yeah, that makes sense. Was
Is
there...
this-
Okay, I did... Sorry. No, go ahead.
Is this a fancy occasion?
Do I need a fancy hat?
Yes, it would be a fancy occasion, Tina.
Right.
You got a feathery hat.
Not here,
Yeah.
but yeah. I need to go get my feather hat.
Amazing.
So I thought I had written it down, but I did not. I am 99.9% certain you had told me something about like the first session. There was something about House Tandris word that I had heard about something going on, right?
Yes, the thing that you had heard, so the thing that you had been hearing about House Tandris, the House Tandris is known to be the military associated house of the 10 houses, of the 10 noble houses. And the head of the house, Lord Moulton Tandris, was known to be an elderly man who had seen more than a couple centuries, staying alive very long with rejuvenat treatments. And seemingly did not have any children, as far as the public knew. Which is an odd thing for a noble to not have children, because that's how you carry on your line. And he seemingly did, like, there were rumors that he had kids, but he never talks about it, and no one had seen them.
Okay. And to be our upworld bodyguard is from there, right?
Yes,
Mhm.
Lorwell
That's what I
Lorwell
thought.
is a vassal of House Tandris.
That's what I thought. All right, well that all makes sense. Yeah, this is an invitation, as in a you're coming.
We
Right.
could reject it if we wanted to, but I don't see.
Be a bad idea.
Yes.
Does
Sure.
this conflict with your dinner? She looks at Aristarchus.
No, my dinner party's tomorrow night.
Oh, never mind.
So
I'll
I
make sure
think
I bring 2 feathery hats. And for each occasion.
I'll let Mum know. Make sure she's aware.
We'll send off the data burst that we need to
Besides,
send.
this one will give you good practice for the next one.
Uh-huh.
We'll send off the data burst that we need to send from down here. Wait for you all to gather your resources, whatever you need, and then we'll head up.
I am very excited to see Remy's formal shirt choices.
I'm wearing it.
I don't know what else I was expecting.
I'm
To be
sorry,
quite
did you think I
honest.
was getting dressed up for this?
No, I didn't.
So, with that laid out before you, that's where we will end for the week.
Say goodbye,
Dinner
everybody.
party. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.